Hey everybody, it's Durgertime. Welcome back to another episode of Billy Corgan's NWA. And we are rounding out week 2 of March. So we've kind of caught up to real life for the most part. Obviously this week we'll kind of blow past it. Let's go ahead and... Oh, that's weird. Doesn't have an image there. Still have to do some work with this database. A lot of things got busted during my system crash, and one of the things, this is some very minor thing, is it seems like the files for some of the pictures for other promotions aren't quite linking up the way I would want to. Some of them are working and other ones aren't. It's very odd. Part of it might just have to do with having to get a newer picture pack from the one that I had previously. So that might just be an issue that we can kind of hammer out slowly but surely as we notice stuff. I'll do that off camera. I don't want you guys to have to bear with that nonsense. So we have Cody returning. We have Ronda Rousey returning. And as we had talked about, after this Legacy sort of pay-per-view that we're going to have, it's going to be kind of a sort of season finale, I guess. You know, we'll almost be calling it NWA Season 2. Because what we're going to do is we're going to strip down everything, keep a few pieces, and probably look at how to better optimize the program. Because we've just blown way too much money. We're not making the money we need to. And I think what we have to look at is, from the top down, who do we pull out of the roster and how do we rebuild it? We have some contenders for a next generation of the NWA, and I think we're going to trim it down, keep some of them, and get rid of a lot of the filler, I guess you would say. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on in our mail. Cody's officially back. Defiant made extension, that's fine. Kikatana, so our TV rating is slowly, marginally improving, which is good. And of course, Raven has some opinion. Yeah, I don't care what you have to say, Raven. I mean, one of the things we might do is actually get rid of Raven. He costs a lot of money for a road agent, but you got to be careful, because if you get too cheap on a road agent, depending on what level you're at, you can really start to screw yourself over. So we have Starcade in 6 days. We do have a couple morale issues. I don't think these are new. I think these are existing issues. No, I think you're just annoyed about something. I know Rory's upset with his positioning in the card. Not necessarily positioning, but his momentum, I should say. I think we could probably take care of that. Like Raven's annoyed. Rachel Ellering's annoyed. Were you annoyed? We're annoyed at her recent booking. So, I mean, a lot of these are long-standing issues. We have some minor morale issues. What's going on with you? You're irritated at being left off of Starcade. I can't have everyone, PJ. Come on. Not everyone can be on every show. I'll give you an episode today to stop bugging me. All right, so let's go ahead and let's fast forward to Starcade, and hopefully nothing dramatic happens in the meantime, and we'll continue our show. Remember, we are running our random coin flip with this big chunky coin that we got, that Imperial Septum. We're still going to be running that tournament. We just finished off round 1, so we have the round 2 competitors to look at. We'll go ahead and look at that once we get to the show. All right. Hey, happy St. Paddy's Day. We got our March 3rd, or week 3 going on here. Let's go ahead and see what's going on in our news. Let's see. A lot of people that I have some feelers out for doing stuff. What's going on here? Angelo Dawkins is now gone. How much? Actually, his popularity is not that great. I have a lot of NXT people in shortlisting, just in case, because usually they'll get that popularity boost from having NXT in their sort of, I guess, lineage. But they'll be cheap because they're still developing, which they're perfect to scout for us. Kind of get that cheap character. But he's cheap enough. 5-year pro, though. Very strong. A lot of everything. It's an option. We'll keep on the short list, and maybe during our next generation, maybe that's a person we run. He only was going to cost like $600, $800. That's kind of within the line that we would totally look for a upper mid carder going forward. And nothing else really here pertaining to us, but delete it all. All right. So we got the show tonight. Elliot Russell now has some minor morale issues. What are you upset about? Whatever. Stop being annoying. All right. I'm just going to ignore all these like a good manager. Oh, I love how much faster this thing is. It's going to make some of the other shows that we do probably a lot more efficient. I'm looking forward to getting into the Cyberpunk local to global game. And that one ran like absolute garbage, let's say. It took me like 15 minutes to sim one freaking day because of how slow, I guess, my laptop was and how big the database that we were using was. And I'm really excited to see how that goes once we get back into it. We do have a locker room incident, but we have a 73% locker room rating. I think that's actually an improvement from last week. I feel like we were at 68 or 69%. This might be just a wrestler court thing. Yep, wrestler's court accused of failing to pick up her share at a tab of a bar and sentenced to have drinks on a show. Okay, it has improved her behavior. Awesome. We could clear the air. I don't think we need to. Let's get some people. Yeah, we might keep him around, actually. Simon Gotch and I don't know, Bold James. Why not? Nothing. Okay. Oh, well. So we got an hour on Hulu Plus to run this show. We are going to be at probably the fairground again. Yep, that's fine. Seems like that works okay with us. Doesn't cost a lot. It's well within line of how many people we expect to be there. So that works pretty well. And let's go ahead and book it. So we got to do, I think if my calculations are correct, I think we have to do all of the round twos today to get to the semifinals for the next Starrcade. At the final Starrcade before the pay-per-view, we have to do the finals, and then we will have a match between the winners of the Crockett Cup Tag Team Tournament. I need some more coffee today, guys. The Crockett Cup Tag Team Tournament, the winners of which will go on to face the Tag Team Champions at NWA Legacy. So we got some work to do. We know that this is going to be a very tournament-heavy Starrcade, but we'll try to also get PJ Black in there so he stops bitching, and we'll go from there. All right, I'll see you on the flip. Oop, coming back out of the flip because we forgot something. I was just about to start booking this, and I'm thinking, oh, right, we got to flip the coin. So, different type of flip. We got to figure out who's going to win these tournaments. And again, I'm not going to tell you the lineups because I don't want you guys to know. I want you guys to be a little bit surprised. So we'll do for the first match, we'll flip the coin. Okay. Let me go ahead and mark that down. That's, not shocking, but, it's fine. Again, so far, these haven't been that shocking in any way. But, one of these will be. I don't think this one that is that much. Again, this is another one. This result was kind of how I would book it anyways. But we'll see about this next one. Yeah, that's fine. I think I was fine with either of these results here for this. All right. 2 more. Let's go ahead. That's kind of disappointing, but that's fine. I kind of would rather just go the other way, but I think this is okay. This probably makes sense for the card. So, okay, a final one. This could be the real upset. Let's see. Oh, no, it is not an upset. Okay, so once again, even with a random chance, so far, I'm going to say not incredibly shocking results using a coin flip. So we kind of got lucky, and you guys will see why. But let's go ahead. Let's book it. We'll catch you on the flip for real this time. All right, we are back. So, ran into a little situation here, just with the amount of matches, without having them be incredibly short. I'm over on the expected match to promo ratio, with us having a very, very heavy show. So we're going to get penalized by that, and honestly, there's not really an easy way. I mean, I could cut these down to like 8 minutes, but I just don't have it in me. Don't have the heart for it. So it's going to be a very match-heavy show. We're going to get penalized for it, but I think it'll be fine. We also run really lean, which is nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we open the show here with a work the crowd match for round 1, or round 2, the beginning of round 2. The Colony versus the Next Big Things. This was one of the ones I thought could have been a shocker, but in the end, the coin flip had our new upstarts, the Next Big Things, defeat the Colony in 9 minutes. MJF defeats Fire Ant with a Swanton Bomb, and gets the show off to a good start, which is good. No one's improving. I still have to fix those ratings and get those new ratings on there. I like having the letter grade and the number grade. I have to remember to fix that probably before the next one. Overall, it's okay. 48 Silver Ant, 46 and 44 from MJF and Janela. And that's kind of where they are at this point. But they're both young lions, so they'll improve pretty quickly especially if we keep on giving them some wins and momentum. So they move on to the semifinals. Afterwards, they have an announcement that they're winning, and then MJF cuts a promo, basically talking trash about the whole tournament, just to give him some more mic work. It got the crowd hotter. Does pretty okay. 48, it's not bad. We move on to another. Actually, I think every single match on the card tonight is just this tournament. So very, very tournament heavy to get to where we need to be. Hangman Page and Chase Owens versus the Company Men. Another one I thought could have been an upset. Kind of upset that it went this way, but we'll use it for our advantage. Hangman Page and Chase Owens defeat the Company Men in 7 minutes, with Hangman Page defeating Tim Storm by pinfall with a turn to Page. So Rory loses, but he doesn't actually take the loss because he's been upset that he's been losing so much. And we're going to use this to start a storyline between Tim Storm and Rory Gulak, actually, and give Rory some momentum in a way that will probably work. Though the match hurt because some of the workers had little or no involvement. I kept Chase Owens out a lot because him and Page have horrible chemistry together. And I figured if I limited him a bit, it would be better, I guess. Yeah, it didn't really. He had an in-ring performance of 14 with limited involvement. I probably should have just kept him in the match more. Paige had 54, Rory had 31, and Tim Storm had a 40. Got the crowd hotter, though, which is good, and Rory's improving his performance skills. Afterwards, we have an announcement saying that Hangman and Owens move on to the semifinals. And, it's nothing. 43 is just an announcement. And afterwards, this is okay. We have a little bit of a segment where the camera kind of pans to Tim Storm and Rory Gulak, and Rory Gulak is yelling and arguing with Tim Storm, and Tim Storm just kind of shrugs him off and just walks away and ignores him, and leaves Rory looking furious. And we advance the company men storyline. So we're starting to see some division within Paul Pinky George's little sort of goon squad. We know it's only the two of them. Previously, he had offered Ashley Vox an opportunity, and she chose to not take it, and kind of go on her own. But these two are becoming company men, and thus are tagging together. And it seems that maybe Rory is a little upset with Tim losing their big opportunity to get into the tag team championship match. And we will see how or when that will progress. We have a promo where Ashley Vox cuts a promo on Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey returned and was kind of accepted Ashley's challenge, and it's basically one of those sort of almost shoot kind of promos where Ashley's talking about having been here 365, 7 days a week, has been carrying, and she's still a heel, so she's still kind of being heelish, kind of carrying the women's division on her back. And here comes this part-timer who's, spending all her days as a celebrity on TMZ, spending all her days training leisurely in one of the world's best gyms while she's, doing squats in a locker room in the back. And she thinks she can just come in, hold on to the crown jewel of the women's division for 6 months, not do anything with it, and come back like nothing's happened. And she's like, "There's a lot changed because this is my division now, and I'm going to show you, at Legacy, what Ashley Vox is really made of." That kind of, that kind of like heelish, but like some truth to it kind of thing. So gets a 46. It's not bad by any means. Anytime we're getting close to 50, especially with some of our lower mid-carders or mid-carders, is pretty good. Ashley's been giving a lot of momentum lately, and obviously is one of our young lions, so it can develop pretty quickly. Hasn't developed anything at this time, though, but there's always next time. We have another, again, all of the matches are of this tournament, but the Best Friends versus Pillman and Condren, not Conundrum. I should just rename them as Conundrum. I like the name better. This pretty good match, 61. So in this one, what we end up having here is the Best Friends defeating Pillman. Again, not much of a shocker, but the coin flip being random, I kind of would have rather had Pillman move further, maybe to the semis before dropping. He's sort of one of our future stars, and giving him some more momentum would be nice. And the Best Friends could eat the pin, be fine, and then move on. But the Best Friends move on from this. Chuck Taylor defeats Kevin Condren, who's kind of an enhancement talent for us right now, and obviously the weak link of the bunch with a very, very low score. Pillman actually superseding these guys in terms of talent right now already, which is pretty interesting. But he got a hamstring contusion. Well, good thing he didn't advance, because that would have been a big bummer. Got the crowd buzzing. Good match. Well, I'm kind of curious to see how long that's going to keep him out. We'll have to take a look. Once again, seems like we cannot avoid injuries in our saves, and unfortunately, Brian Pillman is now the latest victim of the Durgertime curse. We'll see how that looks for him after this show. Oh, that's a bummer. freestyle segment. So we have afterwards just an announcement saying the best friends move on to the semifinals. Not much to say about it. It's just them being announced that that's happening. And finally, we have God versus Xavier and Wentz. This was going to be the one that could have went really crazy, but I guess luck is on our side, and God defeats Xavier and Wentz in 10 minutes. This is a pretty good match. Actually, Wentz and Xavier pulled some stuff out. This is not bad. Yeah, wow. So Tama takes the win, ends up pinning Wentz, who is also the weak link of the match. But this is really good. This is a lot better than I thought was possible. And Colt's quest for control gains heat because obviously God, the former champions, are gunning for the tag team belts again, looking to strip it from the cult of Josephus, and we will see if he actually manages to do so. And finally, we have an announcement that God moves on to the semifinals. And that's the show. It's okay. We definitely got hurt from the angles versus interviews versus matches. But that's fine. Still increase our popularity. Still pretty good show. 43 is a little low, but for the talent that we have on there is actually not that bad. Some bangers in there that I didn't expect. Pillman and Best Friends with the 61s, not too shabby. God with Wentz, 61 is interesting. I would not have expected that. So that kind of holds up some of the show to a bit of a higher plateau than I thought we would have hit with the talent pool. So not bad. Oh, email time. Let's take a look. Oh, actually, we have a Legacy in 5 days. So, bit of an issue then. I thought we had more time. So let's bump this. So what we're going to do real quick, because we're not going to do a pay-per-view this month. We'll do a pay-per-view. Okay, so we're going to move this back to the last week of April. And then we're going to move... I want to see my calendar here. What are we looking at? Okay, the only one is not available then. Okay, I can't do it Wednesday. Any of these matter? Yeah, Sammy does. Okay. Huh. Okay. So what we're going to have to do, I'm going to move this back to the first week of April. So what that'll give us is one more Starrcade to finish off the semifinals. It'll give us... That's it, actually. Just one more Starrcade, and then that Monday will be the pay-per-view of NWA Legacy on April 1st, or week 1 of April. And then we will have to do 2 matches. We'll have to do a finals, and then the championship match. So a disadvantage for the champions will be that they have to do 2 matches in one night, which is doable. It's not that crazy. They'll be fine. We've done tighter scheduling tournaments before. Let's go ahead, and I just want to see how Pillman is here. Go into his physical. 19 days. That sucks, but that's not the end of the world. He'll be fine. That's a bummer. How's he doing as a person? Is he upset? I don't see any. I'm surprised that they don't get upset when they're injured. Yeah, it's interesting. What's his still recommended upper mid Carter? That doesn't say here right now. Oh, that's a bummer. But we don't really have much for him. So luckily he didn't win. Because they would have had I guess the other guys would have got a pass. But that's it's still a bummer. Cody Rhodes is unhappy with the push you're giving him. Thinks it should be better. Okay, well, we'll take a look at that. Injury. Hulu's unhappy, which did not meet their minimum performance. So we'll have to deal with that going forward in the future. What's wrong with Cody? Cody, why are you upset? Irritated, assigned push. What's your push? Why are you personality? Oh, right, because you were out. Right, because we put you on so you could do character work. Okay, yeah, you're going to be main eventer. No problem. Duh. All right, so next episode, guys, we'll do our final episode of Starrcade before the season finale. And then the following episode after that, we will do our Legacy show where it all tie together. And then after that, boy, we were just setting up a whole schedule here, huh? We're going to do a little bit of a season finale break where we will do a pretty long episode where we will walk through the roster changes. We might do that as a live stream. I'm still having trouble setting up my live streaming on OBS. For some reason, it does not want to capture my display, and it's been a real problem. So I'm looking at alternative streaming solutions, and maybe there's another option. I typically use Action Recorder to record these and post because I like its features. And it does have a live streaming option, but I don't think it allows me to layer. I'm going to play around with stuff, see if I can find something that works right for me. For now, though, we're going to be limited in our live streaming. But I think by then we'll get it all sorted out. Because I would like you guys to help me rebuild the NWA to make it work better. I think most of the problems are just in the roster. And I think we have a lot of people on here we don't need. A lot of people. Obviously, some of these people are not going to be hanging around. But we might keep like Mark Angeletti did pretty well. He's a little old though, in terms of skill. But it's cheap, So, but there might be some other options where we can take some people that are cheaper and, play around with them. We might have some options here, and obviously we have some talent that we think we're gonna shoot to the moon at some point. 4 years pro, already strong performance, strong physical, and strong entertainment is only gonna get better. And isn't really working anywhere else, which is good. Have a lot of options here for him, right? Rory, we could probably start booking harder, and even though he's kind of weak everywhere else, he might start to develop some skills. So we have some options that we could do. Whereas we have some people we might want to just get rid of. Do we want Will Ospreay? I would like Will Ospreay, but you guys know me. I want everybody. But for what we use them for $2,000 a show, it might not really be worth it right now. Zack Ryder, we haven't really used them for much, right? There's options that we can get rid of. Even Chris Daniels, who I really wanted to bring in for part of this storyline, costs a lot of money. We don't necessarily need them, right? There's options that we have. So I think what we'll do is we'll go through in the live stream, we'll talk about together how to groom and trim down the roster, who maybe to hire, what direction we want to go for NWA Season 2, and that's going to be a lot of fun. But to get there, we have to get to Legacy, which will be a pretty big show for us. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I will see you next time.